In May 2025, 10 Ukrainian operators sitting in a basement with commercial gaming controllers and a stack of drones worth less than a used car destroyed 17 armored vehicles during a NATO exercise. It took them half a day. The equipment they wrecked was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. That same year, Houthi rebels in Yemen forced the U.S. Navy to fire $2 million SM-2 interceptor missiles at drones that cost roughly $50,000 each. And in Ukraine, a $35,000 Iranian Shahed drone can only be reliably stopped by a Patriot interceptor that costs over $1 million. A 30-to-1 cost ratio, and the side spending more is the one defending. Something fundamental has broken in the economics of air power, and every military on Earth is scrambling to figure out what comes next. This isn't a comparison between two weapons of the same type. This is a comparison between two eras of warfare that are colliding right now, in real time, on real battlefields. On one side, you have the pinnacle of traditional air power. Fifth-generation stealth fighters costing $100 million or more per unit, with decades of development, thousands of engineers, and entire industrial bases behind each one. On the other, you have drones that can be assembled in a garage from commercial electronics and a simple engine, sometimes for as little as $500, and deployed by the thousands. The numbers are staggering when you lay them out. An F-35. Lightning II costs around $80 million per unit and roughly $35,000 per flight hour to operate. An F-22. Raptor runs about $140 million. Training a single fighter pilot takes 2 to 3 years and costs between $5 and $11 million depending on the airframe. If that pilot is shot down, you've lost the aircraft, potentially the pilot, and over a decade of cumulative investment. A basic FPV attack drone, the kind Ukraine is fielding by the millions, costs between $300 and $500. A more capable one-way attack drone like the Iranian Shahed 136, which Russia has launched by the thousands against Ukrainian infrastructure, costs roughly $20,000 to $50,000. Even a mid-tier military drone like Turkey's Bayraktar TB2, which changed the course of the Nagorno-Karabakh war in 2020, costs only about $5 million, which means you could buy 16 of them for the price of one F-35. And Ukraine produced over 4 million drones in 2025 and targeted 7 million for 2026. Russia is building them by the millions as well, incorporating off-the-shelf civilian components that can be ordered online. China already dominates the global commercial drone market and is integrating AI-directed drone warfare into its military doctrine. Meanwhile, the United States spent $1 billion on its Replicator program to field thousands of autonomous drones by mid-2025 and, according to a Congressional Research Service report, managed to deliver only hundreds. The production math is not subtle. One side is building drones at industrial scale. The other is still debating procurement policy. But raw cost doesn't tell the whole story because drones and fighter jets are not competing for the same job. A fifth-generation fighter does things no drone can do. It penetrates deeply into enemy airspace undetected. It carries sophisticated radar and sensor systems that can see hundreds of miles in every direction and share that information across an entire battle network in real time. It can engage multiple targets in a single sortie, adapt its mission mid-flight, and its mere presence over a conflict zone acts as a deterrent that changes the behavior of the other side. No swarm of $500 FPV drones can provide air superiority over the Taiwan Strait. No Shahed can conduct the kind of precision strike that took out Iranian nuclear facilities in 2025. A fighter jet is a multi-role platform with a trained human brain inside it, making decisions at supersonic speed. A cheap drone is a one-shot guided munition. So where did things go wrong? The problem is not that drones are replacing fighters. The problem is that drones are making fighters economically unsustainable to use against certain threats. And those threats are multiplying fast. According to the drone's 2025 operational data across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, DIY drone detections increased by 4 times compared to 2024. People are building custom attack platforms in garages from parts bought online. When a $2,000 commercial DJI drone can force the activation of a $1 million interceptor system, the defender faces a choice that has no good answer: spend a catastrophically disproportionate amount to stop the threat, or let it through. Ash Alexander Cooper of Daydrone put it bluntly: the asymmetry is unsustainable unless we fundamentally rethink how we detect, let's classify, and defeat these threats. The real battles where this equation is playing out are brutal. In Ukraine, FPV drones have confirmed over 800,000 strikes in 2025 alone, each one backed by video evidence from the drone's own camera. Ukrainian drone operators killed or seriously wounded an estimated 240,000 Russian troops that year. Russia, in turn, launched over 5,000 long-range drones and nearly 300 missiles in February 2026 alone, a single month. Cheap drones aren't a sideshow anymore. They're the main event. The real question isn't whether drones replace fighters. It's how militaries integrate both into a system that doesn't bankrupt the side defending. Several approaches are emerging. Ukraine pioneered interceptor drones, small drones that physically ram incoming attack drones out of the sky, costing $3,000 to $5,000 each versus a $1 million Patriot missile doing the same job. They built over 100,000 of these in 2025. The US and NATO are investing in directed energy weapons, high-powered lasers in the 50 to 100 kilowatt range that can shoot down drones at near zero cost per shot once the system is deployed. Electronic warfare, jamming the drone's navigation and communication links, is proving effective but requires constant adaptation as drone operators switch frequencies and add autonomous guidance. And then there's the concept the Pentagon is betting on hardest: using AI-controlled drone swarms offensively, fighting drones with drones, while reserving the expensive manned fighters for missions only they can do. The Pentagon's Replicator program, now renamed the Defense Autonomous Working Group and housed under Special Operations Command, is the most visible American attempt to get into the cheap drone game. But even its supporters admit the U.S. needs to produce at least 10 times what Replicator has delivered so far. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth has issued a directive called Unleashing U.S. Military Drone Dominance, pushing to simplify acquisition and accelerate deployment. But the bureaucratic machine that can build a $140 million stealth fighter is not the same machine that can churn out $500 FPV drones by the million. The industrial base, the procurement process, the entire culture of defense spending is designed for exquisite, expensive platforms, not disposable, mass-produced ones. Adapting that culture may be the hardest part of this entire transition. So here's the verdict. Right now, today, a $100 million fighter jet is still the most capable single-weapon platform in the sky. Nothing else can do what it does. But that's not the right question anymore. The right question is whether you can afford to use it. When a country can build 2,000 drones for the price of one fighter, and those drones can overwhelm air defenses, destroy armored columns, sink ships, and bleed your interceptor stockpile dry, the math stops working in your favor no matter how good your jet is. The fighter wins the battle. The drone wins the budget. And in a long war, the budget is what decides who's still standing. The wild card is what happens when AI truly arrives in drone warfare. Right now, most drones still need a human operator, or at least a GPS signal. But autonomous drones that can identify targets and attack without any human input or communication link are already in development, and some have reportedly been used in Libya and Ukraine. When a swarm of 100 AI-guided drones can coordinate an attack for the cost of a single air-to-air missile, the entire concept of air superiority as we've understood it for the past 80 years may need to be rewritten. The fighter jet isn't dead, but the era when air power meant expensive platforms flown by elite pilots is ending. The future belongs to whoever figures out how to make the cheap stuff and the expensive stuff work together. And right now, nobody has fully cracked that problem. What would you bet on in the next major war? A few hundred advanced fighters? Or a few million cheap drones? Drop your answer in the comments. Subscribe to Iron Verdict for weekly military breakdowns backed by real data, not headlines. We've got a big one coming next.